Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to this meeting. I've got a lot of questions and concerns recently about getting a company phone. Today, I wanted to share a presentation with you guys on comparing and contrasting two of the most popular phones on the market. The decision to choose a phone actually was fairly simple, even with all of the carriers that are available. As you can see, there's Windows phones, there's Android phones, which cover mostly Samsung. They own most of the Android market. There's iOS, which is iPhones, and Blackberries. The next slide goes over the market share. As you can see, Apple owns 48% of the market share, meaning Apple owns 48% of all of the cell phones that are sold in America. Samsung or Android phones cover 46%. The rest, Windows, Blackberry, and any other phone, cover the last 6%. So I'm going to go over Apple and Samsung because I feel that these are the two most popular choices. Now, the best of iPhone and the best of Samsung. These are both the best phones that are out for each successive company. I've broke down a few statistics to show the differences between the iPhone and the Samsung Galaxy 5S. As you can see, the processors are fairly similar, with the Galaxy S5 actually having a little bit of an advantage at a 2.5 gigahertz processor over the iPhone's 1.4 gigahertz processor. The cameras, Galaxy S5 once again has twice the size camera, twice as many megapixels. Storage is fairly similar. The iPhone 5S, however, comes in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte versions. Now these are not expandable. You buy the phone with that memory and you can't add anything to it. With the Samsung Galaxy S5, you can see here that we actually have a 16 gig and a 32 gigabyte internal memory model available with a micro SD slot, so you can upgrade your memory if you need to, up to, I believe, 128 gigabytes. Next, I compared the app stores. Apple's App Store holds 900,000 apps, while Samsung Galaxy's App Store, which is actually the Google Play App Store, houses over 1 million. The size differences, you can see the iPhone's a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, but the price is $50 less than the Galaxy S5, and these are based on the 16 gigabyte versions. Functionality. I looked up the Pfeiffer report. They did a report on the ease of use of iPhones and Samsung Galaxy S5. They actually compared these two specific phones. And the criteria for the comparison started with cognitive load. Now, cognitive load basically is the amount of apps, programs, widgets, and special features that one would have to learn to use the phone spontaneously and intuitively. In this category, the iPhone actually won with 40 apps, features, and widgets that you would have to learn to use the iPhone intuitively, compared to Samsung Galaxy S5's 73 different apps. Efficiency and integration. This is the amount of apps that are easily usable, the access to camera, access to important features, important applications. In this category, the iPhone beat the Galaxy S5 again with a rating of 7 out of 10 compared to Galaxy S5's 5 out of 10. Then there's customization. Customization basically covers anything you can do to the phone to personalize it yourself, to add certain features to the phone, maybe different backgrounds, different colors. And this category actually is the only one that the Samsung Galaxy S5 performed better in. iPhone's integration and user interface is actually fairly solid, fairly locked up. You can change your pictures, but you can't really change much else. And then user experience friction. This is actually all the bad stuff that you deal with a phone. Any annoying features, any features that are left out that should have been in the phone. iPhone actually scored very, very well on this with a 30, which is low, which is good. And Samsung Galaxy S5 scored, I think, a 66. So you can see here, after every data model was compiled, you see that the iOS 7 is actually the newest operating system the iPhones run on now. Got a 73.25. Based on these scores, higher is better. 73.25 for iOS 7. iOS 6 actually coming in second place with 70. So that shows you that the iPhone's ease of use is actually very popular and very, very well regarded. Coming in third is Samsung and Android at 57.25. Wireless providers. So when choosing business phones, I went through AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint to get a quote on business plans. All are actually fairly similar. You come out to paying about $135 for each phone for each person. Based on the size of our sales team, we've got 27 sales members. Verizon actually has the best deal. Any team over 26 members, they cut you a deal, and we can actually share a lot more data, which we can use, obviously, to sell our mortgages. So I think wireless provider-wise, we're going to go with Verizon. Hardware-wise, phone-wise, I'm going with the iPhone 5S. While specifics-wise and specifications, the Galaxy S5 technically beat the iPhone in features. With ease of use, I think with the fairly less savvy crowd we have, the iPhone 5 is going to be the best phone for us to use.